YouTube, what is up? It is time for the playoff Pickems, and we're doing all right. We're in the top 3%, so it's time to wreck that and make us somewhere mid-table. We got Lev against Foot wrong, and I was so sure that Lev were going to win Sunset, and they ended up getting one round. So shout out to Mr. Fallon, shout out to the coach for actually doing good ante on Sunset there, because they annihilated them. So I was not expecting that. So we get Foot here. It's kind of the only team I wasn't expecting. So shout out to them again. Right, playoffs. PaperX against G2. G2's map pool is really good, and that's something that makes this a lot closer than most of us would think. PaperX, I just got to go with the individuals at the moment. I'm looking at their pure form, and they're all hitting their peak apart from maybe Jing right now, who I think is still like getting there. But if I look at Divine, Mind Freak, something, I feel like they're all hitting their peak. And Forsaken, still at his peak, he's just more in a kind of supportive role at the moment. So it's maybe not as obvious. So with that, I think the individuals just diff G2. Whereas I do think their map pool, G2 is better. I think that is the thing that will... if PaperX don't win this event, it will come down to their map pool. But the fact that they've had a good amount of time to make sure it's better, we gotta back PaperX on this one for sure. So that is what we're going for this one. If I had to give it a percentage, I'm sitting like 60, 30, 65, 35. I would give it like a 65, 35 if I'm being fully honest, just because their map pool's so good. So that's where I'm kind of sitting at with the percentages on that. EDG against Heretics. Now, this one's interesting. Heretics have been looking really good. I've been impressed with Woot for sure. I feel like the individuals are stepping up. But I look at EDG as two separate teams this year, right? So I've got the Kickoff Masters EDG, and then I've got After Masters EDG. So after Madrid. And this is Kang on... Initiator, and this is Kang on Duelist, and I think they look like a different team with Kang on Duelist. They're slowly getting back to their old ways. They're using some of their old stuff, which maybe might work against them in terms of anti, but I do think this is where they look a lot more comfortable, just all basing their stuff around this one guy, and everyone else just kind of has to work around it, and it does work, man. Kang is just dropping 30, 25, 30 every single game, and his stats and just his fast kills are really, really high. It's going back to the old ways of get this guy an op and we will win. So with that said, I like their map pool, more time to work on it. Heretics have been looking good with a stand-in, like we can't knock that. But yeah, we got to go with better map pool, going back to the old ways of we remember EDG being good. This is EDG's map to take. If I'm being fully honest, this is a bit of a coin flip, but if I'm actually like thinking about it properly, I would say this is a 60. No, I would say on paper, okay, in my head it's a 60-40, but I can see how people think this is a 50-50. Just purely because of old EDG Masters kickoff performance. But honestly, you do have to scrap that. They're not playing like that. It's completely different roles now. So, yeah, I think EDG is favorite here. But yeah, I can understand how this feels like a coin flip, and Heretics can definitely win it. Moving on, we got 100 Thieves against Foot, and they both like the same maps. They really do. They like all the same maps, and... because they like Split, they like Bind, they like Lotus, and I think that 100 Thieves is better on all of those maps. I think Foot can potentially get, well, not potentially, I think Foot will get one, and I think there's a way Foot win this, and it's the same thing that they did against Lev, right? It's the same thing that they did against Lev. It is the anti. If they can anti one of 100 Thieves maps, they're going to first pick Bind. If they can do what they did to Lev on Bind, then they can win this. So it all comes down to the anti, the coach, and the Mr. Fallon. So there's a chance. I would say this is maybe another 65-35, maybe a 70-30 if I'm being fully honest of the map pool, and the 30 is down to the anti-strat. And 100 Thieves are beatable on Bind. They lost to G2, and 100 Thieves won both pistols. So G2 beat them, and 100 Thieves won both pistols. So like their Bind is good. It's really good. It's lovely to watch macro-wise. and even micro like plays that they do, especially util wise, is really good. But maybe there's a chance Foot can beat them on that map just because of the anti. I don't actually think Foot's bind is crazy good. So yeah, I just have to go with like the odds at the moment. 100 Thieves just better on the map pools. Fnatic Gen.G. Now this is the actual coin flip. Like no joke, this is a 50-50. Straight up 50-50. I'm not even sure what I'm going to be picking here. I'm going to try and talk myself into, well, I'm going to try and talk it through and just see what happens. So Gen.G have a better map pool for sure. Fnatic are coming into form. Ever since Mini's got there, they look a lot better. They kind of look a little bit like old Fnatic, but I would say there's two big differences. Boaster's not fragging heavy, and not saying that he was fragging heavy, but he's not fragging up to his like normal numbers. So that's a worry for me. It has been getting better as the playoffs have been going on. And Durka's the bigger one. That's why it's a little bit bolder, this X. Durka is the bigger one. This guy is not performing to the same levels that we've seen. If Durka performs, it's a different game. Fnatic win it. If he doesn't, then I just think that Gen.G should be taking it. So that's a big question mark. There's a big gamble on Durka here. So they're the two things, Boaster and Durka individually. Fnatic, a lot of time off at the moment. A lot of time off to kind of focus on stuff. With Mini there as well. So you would think that in their time off, this would be very good for them. Gen.G, shown a lot of data. My big worry about them coming in was Karin. Karin wasn't looking great. Well, Karin was looking great, but he wasn't looking up to his unbelievable Madrid kickoff performance. So Karin was like the big question mark for me. He's playing unreal so far. And Meteor. Meteor's maybe playing the best we've ever seen him. So with that being said, Texture, Meteor, and Karin playing to their best. Durka, Boaster not playing to their best. But the big difference is, and a better map pool. And Fnatic. The big thing is Fnatic with time off. How much do I rate the coaches and Boaster with time off? It's giant. Like, it is giant. So, after all of that said, it's pretty much a 50-50. They both like Lotus. Gen.G and Lotus, pretty good. Shown a lot. Yeah, this one's hard. I'm looking at this match, and it feels like 100 Thieves should be playing Fnatic. I don't know why in my head that sounds right. It's kind of this, right? It's like, do I go with my gut, which is Fnatic, or do I go with like my brain, which is Gen.G? That's basically where I'm at. Because Gen.G, when I put everything down on paper, they should be winning. But it's like, do I trust in Boaster, Mini, time off, Durka frag? And I think it's yes. I think that's where I'm going with. And this is, out of all of these, I think this is the only one where I'm going with my heart instead of like more of percentages. But I kind of also did that. I also kind of did that here and it paid off. So I think I'm going to throw one in there. And for some reason, 100 Thieves Fnatic just sounds right. So yeah, I'm not super confident with it, but I think I'm going to be doing that. Can I be doing that with Meteor and Meteor and Karin looking this good? Texture's looking really good as well. Is Texture not going to diff them? I might come back to this. I think I'm clicking Gen.G. Okay, let's leave this for a little bit and let's just look at some of the other matchups. G2 against Heretics. Oh, this is interesting. G2 against Heretics. Mapper-wise, I think I might have to gamble with G2, but there's a chance that the Heretics boys... Okay, I think I'm going to click Heretics here, and I don't want to call out individuals too much, but I'm going to. I think Trent and Valen haven't been playing up to their normal levels. I think Icy's been stepping up good, more so when I look at first kills, not actual stats. And with that, I think that I have to feel like G2 is going to go out here. But this again is a 50-50. I actually would say this on paper should be a 55-45 with the stand in the Heretics, but I'll back Heretics for it just because I'm a bit worried about those two individuals from G2 right now. Foot against Fnatic. If we do get this, Fnatic should be winning. You got to look at when they played last time. I think it was 4-2 in the Pistols to Foot. So Fnatic won a best of 3 without getting 2 out of 6 Pistols. That's just a sign of a better team. So I gotta just go with that. Then we got Paperex against EDG. And this could be an absolute banger. I kind of really hope we get this. Paperex against EDG. There's something in the air that tells me that EDG would win this. The lower bracket run for Paperex, is that what we're doing? Am I backing EDG too heavy here? I think I've got to go with Paperex. I can't argue with the form at the moment. And I also think map pool-wise, EDG is maybe a little bit better. Again, if I look at just after Masters. But yeah, I need to back the previous stuff of what I've seen. Paperex are too good individually right now. And they have time off. And I'm telling you, Alex is a god coach. Like, the more I watch this team, I'm realizing how much of a god coach this guy is. He does a good amount, man. I think he's a beast. So, yeah, I'm in for the Paperex run. Okay, 100 Thieves Gen.G. 100 Thieves Gen.G. Man, am I really doubting Mini? I kind of want to put the pressure on Mini here. It's that weird thing where 100 Thieves against Fnatic just sounds like we should be getting it. It feels like we're watching 100 Thieves Fnatic. It feels like we should be getting that matchup. So, do I click Fnatic here? It's a real hard one. Fnatic with time off. Can we doubt Mini with time? No, guys, I'm changing it, and we can just blame Mini. I'm going with my heart on this one. I'm going with my heart, and it's a win-win for me because my Pickems have been going good. If Mini screws up my Pickems, I can just complain for years to him for this, so that's okay. God, they shouldn't be winning this, I don't think, though. But I'm going to back them. Mini and Bolster with time should be beating Gen.G. But everything on paper tells me to click Gen.G. That being said, Gen.G would beat Foot. So then we get 100 Thieves Fnatic. And I think Fnatic would win that. Then we get Paperex Fnatic, and Paperex would win that. Dude, am I really having Fnatic top 3? Okay, then we got Gen.G, EDG, and I think, God, that would be a rough run. Dude, EDG would then lose to both the Pacific teams. That actually sounds kind of right. I think this would be really close. There's a chance EDG could win this. Then we'd have 100 Thieves against Heretics. I could see that one happening. Then we have 100 Thieves against Gen.G. And where would I be map pool-wise with this? Would Gen.G have a pretty good map pool against 100 Thieves? I think I would go with 100 Thieves for that. And then you would see a rematch, Fnatic against 100 Thieves. 100 Thieves win the rematch, Paperex win the whole thing. Easy. I'm not super confident with it. I think it all crumbles here. I mean, obviously, probably it all crumbles before that, to be honest with you. But yeah, there's just something in the air telling me that we're meant to get 100 Thieves Fnatic. Would 100 Thieves beat Paperex in a final? Nah, I have to back Paperex. This kind of on paper makes a lot of sense. If there is a team to ruin all of this right now, it is 100% Gen.G. And this is me. Like, if I come back to this and this is a mistake, this is me not going with the recency bias. A recency bias puts Gen.G above Fnatic. I would actually probably say that this is like a 55-45, but this is more my faith in Mini and Boaster. Just historically, time put in, they should be able to win with the extra time that they've had here. So yeah, that's what I'm going with. This is it. This is gonna be locked in, and we'll see where we end. Probably more towards the middle of the pack. If Gen.G do what I think they might do. Let me know in the comments let me know in the comments who you have winning. Let me know in the comments who you have winning, and who do you have out of the Fnatic Gen.G game, because I would love to get a consensus of where people are actually leaning to. And I think the favorites are definitely Gen.G, but yeah, let me know in the comments. Fnatic, Gen.G, who wins and who do you have winning? Also, thank you so much for the subs. If you would like to keep subbing as well, or hit the like button and keep supporting the channel, it's really growing fast. So I gotta say, just like massive shout out to everyone that's subbing and supporting me. It means a lot. It means that I can do this for a living, which is just absolute madness. So yeah, thank you so much for watching my Twitch, for watching my YouTube, subbing, and just supporting. It really does mean a lot. So yeah, thank you so much, everyone, and I will see you on the next video. All right, and I'll see you all tomorrow as well for the games. All right, peace.